rock the jukebox. I wanna hear some Jones. My heart ain't ready for the Rolling Stones.
John Foster won over hearts all over the country with his soulful voice and humble appearance on American Idol Season 23. The 18-year-old quickly stood out for his traditional country sound as well as his honest personality and deeply emotional performances. But recently, rumors and whispers have started to circulate about John Foster that could hurt his standing on the show. Let us show you some things about American Idol's John Foster that you may not have known. John Foster Benoit III was born on July 9, 2006, in the small Louisiana town of Addis, where family, community, and tradition are very important. He grew up in a home that stressed faith and hard work. He was surrounded by the sounds of classic country music and the strong cultural roots of southern Louisiana. His grandparents opened Benoit Country Meat Block as a butcher shop in 1982. Over the years, the shop has become more than just a local business. It's a place where people can come together and a symbol of the Benoit family's strong connection to their hometown. Growing up around the family-run business taught John the value of consistency, humility, and service, and these traits have stayed with him throughout his life. From a young age, he showed a quiet focus and deep respect for the traditions he was born into, while many of his peers were busy with typical teen distractions. John stayed grounded. He got into music later than most people. When he was 15, he got his first guitar as a gift that changed the course of his life. He didn't have any formal training, so he taught himself by ear with the help of his uncle Galen Martin instead of following trends. John was drawn to the classic voices of George Strait, Merle Haggard, and Conway Twitty. These artists shaped John's sound. Even though John got his start late, he didn't hesitate to put himself out there. Through family connections and local shows, he shared the stage with well-known country artists like John Schneider and Doug Stone. These chances gave him a taste of the professional music world and helped him feel more confident, even though he hadn't studied voice or music theory. Before his American Idol audition, he made up for what he didn't have in formal training by being dedicated and real. John was a motivated student who did well in school. He went to Brusley High School and graduated as a valedictorian in 2024. In addition to his studies, music had always been a big part of Jay's life. He didn't just sing, he dreamed of healing at the time of his audition. Foster was a freshman at LSU studying biology. He wanted to become a singing oncologist, a job that would combine his love of music with his desire to help people. His Catholic faith was also a big part of his worldview and affected his values and the songs he wrote. John Foster's American Idol audition was one of the most memorable of the season so far. He walked in with a cowboy hat, 3 red coolers full of homemade Cajun food, and a natural calmness that can't be faked. He wasn't trying to impress anyone, he was just himself. He started with Alan Jackson's "Don't Rock the Jukebox," but it was Conway Twitty's "Goodbye Time" that really got people's attention. His voice had a soft ache to it, it wasn't overdone or flashy, it was just real Luke. Brian, who wasn't sure at first, changed his mind mid-audition and said yes. He was clearly surprised by how well the song did when John sang it in a competition where everyone is trying to get famous or get a record deal. John's reason for singing was refreshingly different, he just wants to make people happy. John wants to become a doctor, specifically an oncologist, but music isn't just a hobby for him, his dream is to one day be a singing doctor who uses music to comfort and connect with patients. This idea might sound unrealistic from someone else, but John's is sincere, he's not just in it for the attention, he's in it to make a difference in the viewer's happiness. John got a golden ticket when he left the room because he honestly made everyone feel something. This was John's most moving moment on American Idol. He sang a song he wrote for his friend Maggie Dunn, who died in a terrible car accident on New Year's Eve 2022. Maggie, a high school cheerleader from John's hometown, and her friend Caroline Gill were only 17 years old when they died when a police officer crashed into their car during a high-speed chase. It was a tragedy that affected the whole community, and Jay's song, "Tell That Angel I Love Her," wasn't just a tribute, it was a painful conversation with the universe on stage. John stood alone with his guitar and sang lyrics that were full of longing, pain, and a grace that can only come from having lived. He looked like he was holding back tears. The chorus, "Lord, won't you tell that angel I love her as soon as you can," was simple, but it hit hard. "Lord, you tell that angel I love her as soon as you can," was all emotion. At the end, John whispered, "I love you, Maggie," and wiped his eyes. The room was silent, and the judges could see they were moved. Carrie Underwood said it was beautiful and praised Luke's old-school country voice and honesty about his feelings. Brian said that the performance took away all doubts about Jay's place on the show. When John talked about his grief in his song, Lionel Richie said it felt like real life. It was a moment of real catharsis and emotional release that he hadn't fully reached until that night. The overwhelming support from viewers and judges proved he'd done the right thing by being honest and turning his pain into something meaningful. As John continues to rise in popularity on American Idol, making it to the top 10 of season 23, a swirl of rumors and false information has followed him into the spotlight. One of the biggest rumors was that John was 24 years old, which is much older than the age he said he was on the show. In reality, he is only 18. There was also confusion about where he was from. Some sources said he was from Benton, Kentucky. John made it clear that he was born and raised in Addis, Louisiana. Another rumor that stuck around said that he was related to country music star Dwight Yoakam and that Dwight had signed John to Sugar Hill Records. These claims were completely false. John said he has no personal or professional ties to Dwight and isn't signed to any label right now. Even his name caused a stir. People started to wonder who he was because his full name is John Foster Benoit, but he goes by his middle name. He explained that the Cajun food he brought to his audition came from his family's meat market in Louisiana, which showed how close he is to the area. The online rumors haven't stopped him from reaching his goal. John's response showed a clear desire to set the record straight and keep the spotlight where it belongs on his music and performances. Now that John Foster is gaining national attention for his amazing singing, it's no surprise that fans, especially many curious admirers, are wondering about his relationship status. Well, this news might break a few hearts, but John is off the market. He is currently in a relationship with Brooklyn Burke, his high school sweetheart. The two began dating during their time at Brusley High School, where Brooklyn was a cheerleader. Their bond has remained strong even as John's music career began to take off. Brooklyn has been quietly cheering him on behind the scenes and even traveled with him to Hawaii for his top 24 performance. She's also been spotted in the live show audiences showing support. While John hasn't made a big show of their relationship, it's clear she plays a steady role in his life as of now. John's full focus seems to be on the competition, and with each performance, fans are eager to see what song he sings. Don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest stories.